yo, I'm home. I'm starting the stream.
I was going to say, you disguised the funding.
What's up, Will? I'm doing well, brother. How are you? All right, market open. So I'd want to see Asia low become the draw on liquidity. Have these equal highs that we just put in next to the change in the state. So if we can come up and possibly take these highs, we'll see what the reaction is. I'd like to see us possibly back in the inverse. Just put in equal highs. ES did end up taking the Sudoku, having an SMT here. Looks like we'll probably sell off from this. Want to see this act as an order block on the 1 minute, most likely tap and then continue lower. But now there's another SMT at these lows here as well, but I think we'll most likely look to continue here. See if we respect this or we end up going all the way to the highs again. And we want to take these equal highs first. So 5 minute did not close below that. Still just watching. Okay, so internal buy sell level gets taken. This is kind of what I would want to see become the soup, but I'd like to be a little more clear on the internal model. There's not a lot of price action to basis since it's so zoomed in. Just tap midnight open as well. We do have a starting SMT at these internal lows. I'd still like to see towards Asia. If we end up breaking through this 5 minute pretty strongly, then I'll continue to just watch this and we'll kind of see what we want to do from there if we do want to be bullish. But I think this 15 minute shows for us to rebound slower. Especially after the internal high's already taken on the bigger time frame. Yes, coming back to tap up that fair value gap, I'd want to see just this reject. I want to see if there's a way, an easy recognition of the sell model, but no manipulation like after the buy side level got taken internally. I'd like to see us displace a little bit and then fall back down. Alright, let's see what happens here. ES, nice rebalance back into the inverse. And Q getting bought back up again, coming back up to tap the change. And the 30-minute fair value gap. See if we can come up and tap that down close. We don't need to, but it'd be nice. I want to see just how big the point spread is right now. Okay, so we just tapped the 30-minute bearish fair value gap. Again, still just waiting and watching. Want to see how we react here. I want to have Down close candles come in, manipulation leg change if we can. You can take starter here. I'm in short. I'm gonna put my stop at this high, which is above the other high. I'd like to see a continuation, nice rejection so far. I want to see us really get down though. Only risking around 2K on this. If there's a reason for me to add to it, I will add to it. Now, the problem with this though is we haven't had the manipulation leg yet, so we could have a move higher and see that first. If I give this more room, let me see if I can give this some more room. And 3K risk. If we come up and it gets stopped, then I'll re-enter if oh no, I did not mean to take that off, my bad. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and watch here because I just accidentally took it off. I want to see if I'm gonna just wait for another entry if we do want to come up, because we haven't had our manipulation link yet. So we do have this SMT that just got put in here. I would really like to see this other high get taken first, and then I'll re-enter, because we have no change in the state yet to the downside. Because we do have an SMT here, I'll probably look to re-enter if we break below this down close candle before we take the new high. But I hope I'd like to see us go a little bit higher first. Okay, I don't want to see much higher than this. We've done our job. We've rebalanced. Looks good. We've took the internal high. Now, as soon as we break below this down close candle, I'm shorting. See a fat down close candle through that high, or through this up close candle. Again, if we just want to go higher, we go higher, and I won't take it. But if we can get below this, then I'll short. How do you see a short? 15-minute, 30-minute change. The first internal high of this black line is taken. I would want to see back to Asia session low first. Inverse rally gap on the 30 minutes getting ran through. I would want this to trap longs. I want this morning move to trap longs. Oh, it's chilly in my room. I'm like shivering. Again, notice NQ is the weaker asset here. A lot weaker. ES just took the internal high. SMT now that just got put in. I want to see if we can start to flip here. I want to see ES just be playing games, nice rebalance. NQ's weak, and then we roll over. Okay, I'm in shorts. Stops at the high. Hopefully it doesn't do what it did to me yesterday. That's exactly what it might do. I think I might have done the exact same mistake that I did yesterday. No close yet below the change. See if we can get down. ES is so weak compared to NQ. This is why I'd want this to be early manipulation to then sell off. Technically, this trade is not valid yet. I took this entry, again, expecting this to break through. We swept it. We have not had a change yet, so this is probably going to be an invalid stop out. Okay, stopped out on this. Again, just a little bit early, needed to wait for the closure. I'm still looking for this because I still believe NQ is very, very lagging. If we do get a clean close, I'll re-enter this for one other trade, but I can only give myself 2 tries on a setup like this, so. NQ just tapped the 15-minute fair value gap. That's bearish. We might have a big SMT that gets put into if ES is just pumping at the highs. Again, if we want to pump, we want to pump. We won't have a change if we're bullish. So if we're bullish and this just ends up getting bought up, we won't have this change. But either way, I can't really take a trade anyway if for long or short bias right now until I get that. There. Okay, so NQ starting to catch up. Again, if we want to pump, we want to pump. Unfortunate, same thing that happened yesterday. Did not get a close below the change. Took it too early. Wow, ES is pumping. All right. I'm not going to fight this at where we are right now in the range. Such a wacky market. In 1 hour as well. This SMT might just rebalance price, but I'm pretty like risk off right now after this, because after this internal high gets taken, this SMT doesn't have to hold necessarily. We're at the highs. I need to see all the way this to get completely ran through for me to even be short bias now, because we're far within the range. So I kind of just got to sit here and watch. Again, as long as this high is not taken on NQ, this short model is still valid based off of the inverse and the change. We can still wick this, but I'd need to see, this big down close candle could really come in and build more price action, but I'm not really going to fight it until it's super clear. Market's just so bullish. There's most likely nothing here for me after these highs get taken. Like, this is wild. Again, right now, really, I can't really do much. Again, buy side's taken. Most likely just look to continue through this. I'm going to have to wait for a lot more price action for me to be able to take a trade. Are we going to go to all-time highs today? No idea. We could. There could be a possibility of a trade, but we'd have to build a lot more structure. I think we're most likely just going to continue higher. Well, the problem with this short is it was never valid to begin with, right? The problem is I just took this too early. We didn't get the close below the change. So technically the short was never really even given. I just entered too early. Too much anticipation of it. And again, if the market is bullish, we won't have this, which again, like we did, we come down, we wick it, and we go higher. Noah, this week it's been the factor that has kicked me in the ass of taking it before the close of the change. It's the exact same thing that happened yesterday. That loss that on that initial long was taking that long on the change, and then it ends up coming back down, and then it goes in the favor. In my opinion, there's no way I can long here. I don't think there's any way I can possibly long here. I mean, like, sure, super bullish market, let me just buy a long and hopefully we end up pumping, sure. And then you end up winning and then build bad habits because of it. But it's like we have a 30-minute pre gap that gets ran and a change in the state and Asia low below us, and we've already taken the internal buy side level. So it's like Even if we have an SMT that's in favor or against whatever the short bias is, I still don't think it's enough validation for me to take a long. Do we journal days so we don't take a trade? Of course. How about this? You risk 20K on a 1-to-1. Have a good one, Kai. Guys, one thing I'm going to say is if you are extremely attached to one trade outcome, one single trade outcome, and you're absolutely cooked and you're absolutely chalked after one trade, win or lose, you're the fucking problem. I can take this loss, immediately know my mistake, but I'm not attached to my mistake. I can recognize my mistake, and I'm not going to sit here and try to overtrade or try to justify the mistake. Took short, pre-change in the state, got stopped because of it. There will always be more opportunity. Can you show me the loss? Yeah. I just took this short before the candle close of the change. Again, I think this is completely valid. If you've watched any of my videos and you think this is not valid, then I don't know what to say. 30-minute change, we've gotten through it. Now, if we had the change, again, it would be valid. The only problem is we just didn't close below the change. If we did, and this got stopped, I would be completely fine with this loss. Yeah, no, the markets are just crazy bullish. Yeah, right now, I mean, markets are cooked. I really can't touch it right now. Have a go, Mo. Again, Potato, I think the shorts are valid, but the only thing is again, when the market is just this bullish, any bear that's going to try to fight it is just going to run straight through, and that's where recognizing conditions comes into play. I'm totally fine taking. I mean, I'm not totally fine taking this loss. Obviously, I took it a little bit early. If that change in state did happen and then I ended up losing, I would be totally fine with this trade. At the end of the day, we all learn from our mistakes. Hopefully. Why not long? Because we've already taken the internal high. There's a 30-minute fair value gap that gets absolutely ran through. There's a change in the state. There's Asia low resting below us. A long here, in my opinion, just doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. Because look at every other time this week that this has happened on the bigger time frame. If you look at a 30-minute change, go back to this day, right? Same thing happens here. 15-minute change, we end up rebalancing, fakes longs, and then we end up selling through because we're also, again, so far up in this range. We have consolidation. Asia lows are resting down here. Big displacement higher. I would never be looking along here. Why would I be doing the same? Look at this massive range. Why would I be looking to long here when we just got through this change? Why? It makes no sense. The market's just so bullish. Now, if we had rebalanced to the Asia and we had more reason and more structure put in place for me to long, then of course I'd long because the market is bullish and I want to align myself on it. But I don't think it made sense at open. Is anything stopping us from getting to all-time highs? Stopping us? What do you mean stopping us? The market can do whatever it wants. Do I think we're going to go to all-time highs? I do. All right, I'm going to just start timing motherfuckers out if they start saying dumb shit. You haven't answered me? What's the question? You said you haven't answered me, but then didn't follow up with a question. So how am I supposed to answer you, brother? I get this error often on TradePath when I switch windows and back again. Could it be that it doesn't work well with Brave browser? Brave? Yeah, I've never heard of Brave browsers. I would try it on another browser and see if it works. How should I go about journaling today? What trade did you take, Alice? I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know what you took. How many losses have I taken this month? 5? No, this is definitely more because I haven't journaled the 24th and 25th. when we get to all-time highs, what should we change about how we analyze and trade? So the thing about all-time highs is we need to have more structure that gets put in. A lot of the times, the market is going to kind of continuously do what we're doing right now. But normally, again, when all-time highs gets put in, we're going to start to a little bit slow down and kind of have a little almost slow continuation through the highs. So obviously, our goal is to just be reactive of it. We don't know necessarily what's going to be put in and how price is going to print when it happens. So we're going to treat it normally, but we have to, again, this is something where my recommendation to you is if you haven't traded at all-time highs markets before, now this could be a little bit different, of course, but I would watch to see what the difference is when it comes to how price prints, when it comes to, you know, perfectly example today, right? Like if today's market example gets put in above the all-time highs, like change the state to the downside, but the market's so bullish that it just runs through it, right? That is similar to how sometimes all-time highs markets can move. And so that's what I would be a little bit more weary about. But I would watch it and just gain the conviction of watching what happens when we get to all-time highs. It's going to be very similar, though, in my opinion. Shorts valid now. I really don't want to trade when we're. I really don't want to try to chase shorts when we're this far up and next to all-time highs. I mean, could the short rebalance? 100%, but I'm probably going to hop off here soon and just call it a week. Oh, here we go. Let's read this. So I lost $2,000 that I saved for 10 months. I work at McDonald's and struggle saving every month. I get paid $13.50 per hour. What should I do now? I don't know what to tell my parents. I was supposed to use that money to buy a car. It's not your fault. I just feel like it hasn't synced in yet. I'm in shock still how fast I lost all that money. I think it's a fucking canon event, brother. I remember when I used to started trading and I joined a Discords and I took blindly random people's trades and I didn't care about learning and I ended up blowing all my money. Because you don't have the conviction. Guys, let me teach you. Please. Please. Do not ruin yourself. I can take these losses and it doesn't affect me because I have risk. I have good risk management. It's not going to affect me. But if you just try to use me as a fucking cash machine, you're gonna blow up because you have no conviction, no experience, no emotional control, and you're expecting to do the same fucking game I am when I've been doing this for fucking 5 years. You can't expect to do it. Even if you follow my trades I can control. I can control it compared to my account size, my risk tolerance, my expectations, my conviction. You can't. So if your goal is to join this community and take my trades without learning, asking questions, seeing me take one loss and be, oh, Justin's trash, oh my God, then do what you want, but I can't help you. Go somewhere else. I can't. I can only lead a deer to water. I can only guide. I can only mentor if you are seeking that. If you are seeking that. If you want a handout, go on the fucking side of Walmart and start asking for it. And the only reason I'm saying this is not because I took a loss this morning and I'm frustrated. It's because I don't want you guys to fucking blow up your life. Because I did. I do not want this community to be the very same thing I fucking swore against. That's the problem. You guys have to have the right intention with this. Could you explain SMT? I know it's a divergence, but when do you know which ticker to take it if it's stronger or weaker? There's an SMT video in the course curriculum, but the difference is if we're bearish, the one that makes the high or low is the weaker asset. Or the lower high, sorry. So if this is a bearish SMT, whatever asset's making the lower high is normally the weaker asset. Same thing with the long bias. The higher low. Yeah, right now, Colonel, I really can't touch anything. I just kind of have to sit here. I'm not really looking at... And the market's either going to continue higher, build more price action, but I can't really look to take anything right now without the internal structure. Yeah, I'd hop off, Colonel. Justin, with TradePath, have you noticed any interesting performance statistics about how the Forever model performs in different market conditions and other statistical studies that you've shared before? Well, I've only been using TradePath in this market condition, so... All right, you guys, time out. Oh my God, you guys are lost. Hey, Justin, I've been working at KFC for 3 years. You're saying to let us teach us, so why not give a free mentorship for someone to change their life? Oh my God, you guys are never gonna make it in this world. Some of you. I love the people that are here to learn. I appreciate you. And the people that are not talking in this chat and that are listening and that are here to improve are gonna be the people that are gonna be the most successful. If you're in this chat just saying random shit, I can't do anything to you. I can't do anything for you. That too. It's like, guys, how do you expect to be profitable when you fucking act like this? You act like children. And I'm not saying this for everybody. For the people that are in here that are genuinely act like a child, life's gonna kick you in the fucking balls. If they choose to make their trade public, like on social media, is it possible for you to track the performance of others using the Forever model? I mean, I could, but I don't really want to spend time tracking someone else's performance because the way that they view it is probably different than me sometimes, right? Much love, Anthony. Keep it up, brother. Again, the people that are in here that are learning, keep it up. Do not disregard the other people in the chat that are distractions. Don't care about them. Focus on you. Keep asking questions. Keep showing up. And we're going to keep killing it together. But what I will start doing, I will really start cleaning out. In fact, I'll probably hire 2 moderators just to come in this Discord and just start timing people out for weeks on end. Trying to rob us? Bro, that's like me fucking being like, oh, well, I pay taxes. You don't have the right to pull me over. You broke the fucking law, you idiot. I can do whatever the fuck I want. This is my community. I want to help the people that I want to help. I don't need to do this. I don't. I want to. Like... I'm not stressing. Okay, guys, like, I'm going to be so honest when I say this. I'm not stressing. It might seem like that because, oh, I might be raising my voice, but I'm raising my voice because I'm getting flashbacks. Like, this is literally 5 years ago when I first started trading. I would join Discord communities and it would be the exact same, and people would just... and I would do the same thing. I would just be in the chat having a good time, and I would just, joke around. It's like, when are you going to start treating this like as a fucking business? When are you going to start treating this like you actually want to be successful? When do you want to start treating this like you actually want to quit your job? Like, oh, Justin, I want to quit my job. I work at KFC. I work at McDonald's. But yet you're talking random shit in this Discord community, not asking questions, not trying to learn, wanting handouts. You're never going to be successful. So the reason I'm saying this is because I want to guide you. I truly do want to help you, but it will always be survival of the fittest. There are people that I cannot help. What else would you need to see right now for a short? I really... It's Friday, end of week. I've already taken an L early. I probably will not take a trade the rest of the day, to be honest. The mentorship is nothing like this community. Absolutely nothing like this community. The mentorship calls are fucking amazing. Because people are there to actually learn. Yeah, all the people that are in here saying about the mentorship are all mentorship students. Thoughts on fair value gaps? Haven't back tested it yet. Go back test it, brother. Thoughts on fair value gaps? I love them, bro. The mentorship is not closed yet. I want to ask, how important is it to find a bias or draw on liquidity at pre-market? Because I've seen a couple times where the market goes against the bias and trade efficiently after the entry confluence are complete. Hard time for PDR, SMT, and for value change state. Like, what will the success rate be like if I just look for the complete entry confluences without a bias? I'd back test it, Kent, and I'd also forward test it too. One thing I will say though is, anytime there's a conflicting bias, like, you can make a story for a short and long, like, it not like it's, you know, oh, maybe this could happen, but it's pretty 50-50 of what could happen. A lot of the times you're going to see that price action be a little bit less efficient as what you would want to see. So you want to be waiting for the market to lean heavy on a specific bias. For longs, after we take buy side, what would be your narrative for longs? What would be the perfect picture here? So I would it's hard for me to take longs because if we do not close above this down close candle on the 1 hour, then it's bearish. Because this is where I would want to be this to be an order block, and then we could come back down again, similar to what happened yesterday or on yesterday on the 4 hour. We ended up getting above this down close candle and it acted as an order block with the 4 hour fair value gap. So right now, again, we're starting to like wick this. So this is very cautious. I would not be trying to chase longs. Could we still get bought up? Of course. But I wouldn't be so infatuated with the idea of it because I think the market can do whatever it wants. It's Friday. We've been pumping the entire week. There's still a possibility we have a TGIF, but we don't know. I think there's many things that the market can do right now. I'd be pretty patient. Like, again, trust me, I want to take trade. I want to take a banger just as much as you guys do. But you got to ask yourself, what do you care more about? Do you want to exchange your long-term goals for your short-term desires? Your short-term desires is you sitting right now in this moment wanting to take a trade, or do you want to become profitable? What is building good habits? You sitting out? What are you putting that effort into? Bro, Chris, please get in here, bro. Chris, please get in here. Have you been in this chat, Chris?
Dude, I just got here and everyone was rioting.
Dude, I just started yelling at everybody.
I love that. Straight lobotomy. Yeah, we're not TJR's community. We're dialed in here.
Yeah, I fucking hope so. Because today it was looking like it's TJR's community, and I'm gonna
Straighten
crash
that
out
shit
of
out.
it. Yeah, exactly. We're gonna start straightening this shit out. Have to fucking exile some of you motherfuckers.
How to tips on trading all-time highs? Market maker models. T, you're definitely doing something. Yeah, GG. I took.
Have it going, Flams.
Yes, I took longs.
Where'd you take longs? I'm curious.
At the 1 minute order block at the 30-minute Sibi low. So at 9:47 was my entry.
Oh my gosh. My dad just brought me a cinnamon roll. What is this?
What's up, Jay?
Mexican mocha? 4 shots? You trying to fucking kill me? Oh, okay. Thank you. I love you, sir.
I wish my dad brought me shots. Thanks, Ramon. I appreciate it.
Sir? I call everybody sir. I don't know, it's just a thing I do. I don't know.
I felt good in that entry, Brian, because we had the SMT, and I put it in my room. Going into open, I was looking for a TJF setup. I wanted to see some lower prices to, Asia low, and maybe even PM session low yesterday.
Wait, here, Chris, share screen. I want you to break down your trade because I'm curious too.
So going into open, I was watching this 5 minute, right? 5 minute fair value gap here, but I was mainly focused on this 30-minute Sibi. I wasn't focused on the 15 because the 15 is not as clean. 30-minute is just so much cleaner, right? So going into open, we have the opening range gap. For all of my guys that keep asking me how to use the opening range gap for narrative, this is part of the ways, right? We know that if that opening range gap is 0.6% from yesterday's close to today's open, or 120 points, then we're anticipating it to be left open as a breakaway gap. So at 9:30, when I see price wick up into just a regular pre-market fair value gap, 5-minute here and go lower, I'm seeing this as I want to just see it drop here quick. We have 50% there aligned with that sell side pool. But what ends up happening, which at first I wasn't expecting, price rallies up higher and closes here. Price comes down, respects the top of that opening range gap, and rallies higher again. That's fine, because what do we have above? Above, we have this 30-minute SIBI. So we clean up these highs throughout here. And now I'm saying, okay, I want to see this be a turtle soup. Right? Here's an accumulation. Everyone, they tricked people in short. Now we're rallying higher into the 30-minute SIBI. It's going to be perfect to inverse this first presented and then move lower for that sell side, and we get higher fills. So everything for me, right at this point, is looking great for shorts. We respect consequential encroachment beautifully. We have this wick down. But note the closure. That closure is makes me really uneasy. Because not only is this trading here into this top of the inversion from 928, but we're also trading into this propulsion block. Now, for those of you who don't know propulsion blocks should not be traded below 50%. So that's why I needed this 940 candlestick to close hard under and continue lower, or the next few. It's fine for this to occur. It's fine for it to tap it again. And inside of this, we have a swing high and a swing high. At this point, we have a lower high and ES made the higher high. Right, ES was just making higher highs and slowly grinding higher. So it's like, okay, NQ's weaker. If we're going to go higher, then it would have to be after we get rid of this SMT. It'll show that we're respecting the propulsion block and first presented, and it'll be just super clean trade. So price breaks the SMT. 947 trades down into this change of state here. Consolidates around, drops a little bit. That's permissible. That's totally fine. Because look at the bodies. And what I struggled with for a long time, being a perfectionist, was I hate when something colors outside of the lines. I want it to be clear, I want it to be precise, and I want it to be perfect. But you're not always going to see that in here. You're not going to see just perfect delivery to that there, because we're also dealing with this wick here. So this wick outside is trading to this wick's consequential encroachment. So now we're gauging the order flow. We're trading inside of this, changing the state. We have first presented, we have the propulsion block. We inverse this, and we're disrespecting the SMT. Bearish order flow is failing, and bullish is starting to show signs of support in price. Bodies, beautiful delivery at the 30-minute SIBI low. This is what we want to see. We also, for those that like breaker blocks, have the breaker block right here. Price displaces higher and takes the buy side, the relative equal highs. Questions? My entry was at 947. I posted it in the chat. Are these also ICT concept? Yes. Yep. Everything I use is ICT. Sorry. There is your disqualification of first presented for value gaps. Can you explain Civi? Teet, I feel like I've answered this question from you a lot, so you better write this one down. Or if I'm mistaken, then just forgive me. Cibi is a sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. It's a down closed fair value gap. But if I just start saying 30-minute fair value gap, right, when I'm teaching, which 30-minute fair value gap? Is it the BISI or is it the Civi? So I don't know, right? And you won't know either if I'm just saying fair value gap. So I use Cibi and BISI instead of fair value gap because it's telling you which one. Where'd you put your stop loss and why? Stop loss goes underneath first presented body here. Rico, 30-minute fair value gap low aligned with the order block. Juice, I put it in the chat. After this move happened on your screen share, ES taking highs and starts to displace. Knowing the draw is higher, not only, but would you consider retracement a valid entry for a move even higher? It could. But what you guys have to understand is after these moves occur, right? After this is clear. This is a clear move higher. It's aligned with the high time order flow. And it's just a high probability move. You know, like yesterday's trade, right? Yesterday's trade, we took a loss on it. I was too early on my entry, but it was still that the idea and the draw that we had was a high probability draw. After this high probability draw is taken, I really don't like doing anything, in all honesty. Can you explain the propulsion block? The propulsion block here. A propulsion block is an order block that trades into the order block. So here at 931 and 932, you have your order block. 934 and 935 are your propulsion blocks. Why did you long even if we were in a 30-minute BPR? Because with the order flow telling you, PJ, everything the order flow is telling you, you're anticipating that to be inverse. You're not looking at that anymore. In here, after that SMT's gone, that, okay, we're bearish still. 5-minute inversion for value gap? Yes. This 5-minute inversion here? Or this one? This one's a little high for my liking. Opening range gap is previous day close to today's open. And then we use it as an inefficiency.
I'm gonna go run to the bathroom real quick.
But I have some people picking things up there in bags on the porch. Not sure what time they'll be there. It's not that it's not valid. It's just less pertinent. Pertinent? Core content month 4, 2022. Core content month 1 to 3. Ends series and 2023 mentorship in that order. Core content. Yeah, I know. I had a horrible like pronunciation when I was younger, and it comes back every now and then. Core content, month 4. 2022 mentorship. Core content, month 1, 2, 3. The ENDS series, ENDS series. And then 2023 mentorship. Of course, brother. When are the times you expect the open range gap to be a breakaway gap? The simplest, they're mentorships from ICT, doctor. You expect the open range gap to be a breakaway gap when it's super large. So 0.6%. I've watched every playlist on ICT's channel.